Hi everybody. So today we're moving into our uh, last unit, which will be about Vladimir Putin. So we are just today going to do a quick introduction to who he is, and then tomorrow we'll dive more into him like as a leader and his impact on the country. Right. So the outcomes that we're looking at are determining importance of the outcome for the day. So what does meeting standards look like? Identify the important and relevant information in a text or media source. Today we're going to be looking at text, and use the important information as evidence in written format. Right, we're going to be doing that twice today. So your do now is old school throwback KWL chart. I like to use these just to see like what you guys already know. So I just want to know, what do you already know about China, and then what do you want to know about China? I'm sorry, what do you know about Russia, and what do you want to know about Russia? So just kind of fill in these two boxes. This we will be for later or the end of the unit. All right, so Vladimir Putin, right? This is a name that you may have heard on the news when we're talking about President Trump. And when we're talking about Russia. So he is the current president of Russia, and he has been in power. So he hasn't been the president, but he has been in some type of power since 1999. He was a former KGB agent, and that's important to note because the KGB in Russia is similar to what the CIA is in the United States. So that's just a little bit of background. We're going to do a reading about him, and you're going to answer some questions about him, but that is just some background about who he is. Today we're going to jump back into introducing textual evidence into our writing, right? So that's something that we've been doing, but we are going to be doing a little bit more of it. So when you're citing textual evidence, right, the question is, what does your source say, right? So you want to start off with something like this text says, based on the name of the source, or based on the article, the name of the article. 1 point made in, blank is, blank outlines, blank claims, blank argues that, right? Blank explains, blank describes, blank states, right? So there's so many different ways that you can introduce a source. And according to blank, right, according to whatever the source is, the article, the video, today will be an article, but whatever that source is, you don't want to just kind of drop the quote there. It is always more helpful if you include some information like this, or like a sentence starter like that. This is more of when we are doing our reasoning, so we'll come back to this a little bit later. All right, so your independent work, you're going to read an article on Newsella. Right, so you're going to click on the link. And then from here, you're going to log in with Google. So you're going to do your EBC email. For me, it already pops up. Right, once you log in with your EBC email, my screen is going to look a little bit different because I'm a teacher. But it should pop up, and this is the article, right? This Vladimir Putin article. Okay. Once you're done with the article, right, if you're on an iPad, it'll be at the bottom of the page. But if you are on a computer, this will pop up, this little activities. Let's close this out. This little activities tab. So you open that up, and there is something for you to respond to for your writing. So you're going to write a paragraph explaining how Vladimir Putin changed over time and how he has changed Russia since he has been in power. And you're going to use evidence from the article to support your claim, right? So as you're writing, you're going to go back to the text, right? As you're reading, right, I really, really, really want you guys to, be annotating. So how do you annotate? How do you take notes on here, right? Let's say I wanted to highlight this, right? So different colors I can highlight. I can highlight in purple, right? Maybe I want to write a little note. Okay. When I hit share, right, that will stay on my page. Okay, it's also a little quiz for you to complete when you're done. Some other things are, if you want this to be read aloud to you, can click on this button. Okay, and please be sure to read through the entire text, right? I can always see how long you spent on the text. I can always see how long it took you to read it. I can always see your annotations. So those are things I'm going to be checking for when I'm giving you your grade. And then the last part is your assessment. You're going to click on this link. There is a Padlet question, right? So right now I'm signed in, right? But let's say I was not signed in. I'm going to click on this link again as a person who's not signed in. Okay, so right now, right, I am not logged in. Okay, so if I would try to make a new note, it will come up as anonymous. Okay, so what I want you to do is try to log in, right? And you're going to log in with Google, right? If you don't log in, make sure that you add your name, right, somewhere here. So you can add it in the title, you can add it here where it says write something after you've written your comment. I also want you to add a comment to what someone else says, right? So let's say you want to comment on this. I agree. All right, see, I want to write that. I'm going to add my name at the bottom so that you know who wrote this. All right, because it's going to come up as anonymous if you're not able to log in. Okay, so you're going to write your own post and you're going to add a comment to at least one other person's post. For E level, based on the article, what impact do you believe Putin will have on Russia in the future? So you're making a prediction based on the article. Okay, so you're going to use evidence in the article to make a prediction about what the future looks like for Russia. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, comment on the assignment, send me an email, and I'll get back to you later.